Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel 60 Sweet and Savory. I'm Deborah and today I'm going to be showing you how to make just a small Thanksgiving feast for say 1 or 2 people. Okay, today I am going to be making an acorn squash. I'm going to be making a rock Cornish game hen, and I'm going to be making some cornbread stuffing from scratch. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to thoroughly wash your acorn squash. And then just a quick tip on the acorn squash: if you pop it into the microwave, depending on the size, smaller ones 1 to 2 minutes, a large one like this about 3 minutes. And that'll help just kind of soften up that outer shell, because winter squash can be very, very hard to cut. Okay, so I have already put that into the microwave and cut it in two, and now I'm going to clean the seeds and stuff out of the middle of it and prepare it for my seasoning. Okay, I will be right back. Okay everybody, I'm back, and I have taken the seeds and stringy stuff out, and I've gone ahead and I've scored these, which is just simply cutting little lines through them back and forth across the meat. Now I've put about 2 tablespoons of melted butter into each half of the acorn squash, and now I am simply going to drizzle some real maple syrup. Whoa, that was a little bit more than a drizzle. Let's drizzle this with some maple syrup, trying to get it down into all those lovely crevices. Whoa. When I first start pouring, it always seems to get away with me when I'm trying to shoot the camera and pour the maple syrup at the same time. So then the next step is, now that we've got them fully scored and the butter is in there, we're going to want to add, you can either use light brown sugar, you can use dark brown sugar, or you can just use regular white sugar. Myself, I like a good rich flavor, so I use the dark brown sugar. And for right now, I'm just going to put the majority right into the cavity so that it'll go ahead and melt. And while these are cooking, they cook for at least an hour at 350 degrees. And while they are cooking, I will be coming back through and I will be basting these. And all of the maple syrup and the butter and the brown sugar will all turn into like a caramely glaze. Okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on there. So I'm going to have to go off camera for just a minute and use my mills to get a little salt and pepper up on these. And if you haven't already, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I will be right back. Okay everybody, I'm back. I've got the brown sugar, the maple syrup, and the butter all down into these beautiful acorn squash. And I've got my Cornish game here. Okay, I have got my rock Cornish game hen sitting here waiting to be cleaned. I have got all of my homemade cornbread and homemade bread pieces that have sat and gotten toasted and dry, ready for my stuffing. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pop these into the oven, and we will be back when I'm putting together the Cornish game hen, because I will be putting that on the rotisserie in my power air fryer oven. Okay, everybody, this is a Thanksgiving feast for two, and I'm really excited to be here today and sharing it with all of you. There's so many of us as we get older. There's only one or two of us in the house, and that is no reason not to celebrate and give thanks and be grateful for everything that the good Lord gives us. So I will be right back, and we will continue on with this Thanksgiving feast for two. Be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and now while the acorn squash are in the oven cooking, I trade off between sweet potatoes and acorn squash. They have a very similar texture and taste. They are not identical, but they are very similar. So what I've done here is I've gone ahead and sliced up into very small slices about 6 slices of bacon, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in my pot. And then these I will go ahead and I'm going to saute them up. And this is how I make my old-fashioned southern green beans. Okay, I've got the meat in the pot. I need to wash my hands, and I will be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I forgot to put water into the bottom of this baking dish where the acorn squash cook. You want to make sure and have a good level of water in there so that they don't burn. You don't necessarily want them floating in the water, but you definitely want a good amount of water. And if you notice that it starts to evaporate away during the cooking process, go ahead and just at any time, go ahead and pour some more water up in there. And that's just going to keep them nice and moist and tender, and keep the skin of the squash from burning. Okay, now those are where they need to be. I have got my bacon into my pot, and we're going to get that sauteing up here real quick, and I will be back in just a minute. What we're going to need, what I use to make my my country style green beans is I use French style green beans. I use some garlic powder, pink Himalayan salt, rainbow black, not rainbow, and black, rainbow peppercorns. As you can see, there's red, green, white, black, and brown peppercorns. Peppercorns are full of antioxidants, so they're very good for the human body. The larger spectrum you have of colors, the larger benefit it is to the human body. Okay, then I also will be adding some red wine vinegar. And then this right here is just, that's my cubes, my homemade cubes of bread and cornbread for the stuffing that I'm going to make for the Cornish game hen. Okay, everybody, I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I have gone ahead and sauteed my bacon pieces until they were nice and crispy, and I now have added in about 1/2 of a chopped onion. If I was making this for a larger meal, I would be adding considerably more of both, but since this is just for 2 people, I'm just doing 1/2 an onion and about 5 or 6 slices of crispy fried bacon bits. Okay, as soon as that onion becomes translucent, which should only take about a minute or so, okay, I will be right back when it is when it's time to put the beans in. I just wanted to say how really happy and excited I am to be here today. Our Thanksgiving meal is a little different this year as we are now empty nesters. So looking for a way to just have a beautiful feast that we could still be grateful for on a much scaled down version. So that is my mission today, is to create a fabulous Thanksgiving meal just for 1 or 2 people. Okay, my onion is nice and translucent, so I'm going to go ahead and pour in 2 cans. One moment, please. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour in 2 cans of French cut green beans. They'll come out of the can. Well, they kind of went everywhere, but anyways, this is the kind of green beans I use, French style cut green beans. And I will get these into the pot and I will be right back because I'm making a mess everywhere. Be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back and I've got my 2 cans of beans poured into my pot, my French style green beans. I've gone ahead and I seasoned them with a little bit of pink, fresh ground pink Himalayan sea salt and some fresh cracked rainbow peppercorns. Now at this point I also like to add in this red wine vinegar. It doesn't take a lot, just a couple jiggers, but it absolutely brings your flavor profile up to a whole new level. Now the last thing that I will do is I'm going to go ahead and bring my butter dish into the equation here and get us off a nice slab of butter and get that down into that green bean pot as well. Okay, now I will just be turning these on low and they will cook low and slow, for at least an hour. Just a very, very low, gentle simmer so all those flavors have a chance to marry together. Okay, everybody, I'm going to cover this with a lid and I will be back. Hey, everybody, I'm back. I've got my dressing going here. I had about 5 pieces left of cornbread from the other night when we had some beans for dinner, and I took 2 pieces of Dave's Killer Bread and I let them get nice and dry and stale. So then I added about 3 stalks of celery and a half of a brown onion. And also I added some poultry seasoning and some salt and pepper. Now I'm going to put in just a little bit of broth. To wet that down. I don't like my dressing really, really wet. I don't like it to be mushy. I like it to kind of hold up. That's why I usually use a very dense bread and cornbread. But I do like to always mix, personally I like to mix cornbread with something else, not just a straight cornbread dressing. Okay, now I'm going to add in 1 beaten egg. And what the egg does is it just kind of binds everything together. Okay, there's going to be quite a bit more dressing than is going to fit in one little Cornish game hen, but that's okay. Dressing is actually what it goes by the side, and stuffing is what actually goes into the bird. So in this video, we're going to be making both stuffing and dressing. Okay, I have my bird here, and I have my spices. I have some fresh cracked rainbow peppercorns, some paprika, some pink Himalayan salt, black pepper and garlic blend, some Goya adobo, some parsley, some turmeric, some celery seed, some garlic powder, and some onion granules. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving. We have become just a single couple now, so I thought this would be a nice way for us to have a Thanksgiving meal on the small side. Still has most of the elements of a large Thanksgiving dinner, only with a very small bird. And I happen to really like Cornish game hens, so. We pretty much got him all rubbed down. I'm going to go ahead and tie up his feet, and I will be right back. Almost forgot. I'm going to stuff him. Okay. 4 cooperates and holds on to some of the stuff, we'll get it in here. Okay, I think one more forkful and we will be good. Okay, there we go. Southern style homemade cornbread dressing in a Cornish game hen. I'm going to tie his feet up and I will be right back. We have our bird all stuffed and on our rotisserie shaft. And we're going to pop it up here into the oven. Rotisserie and chicken. No, not chicken. That one. So it's going to go for 35 minutes at 400 degrees. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes to check on it. We're back. And what I have here is a roast Cornish game hen Thanksgiving meal for 2. Let me get my extra dressing out of the oven. And I also stuffed the little Cornish game hen. We have gravy in here. Old-fashioned green beans, bacon, and onions in there, and some beautiful acorn squash in here. So I'm going to get this plated up, and I will be right back. But look at this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Cornish game hen. Now that is fit for a king and a queen on Thanksgiving, and every reason to be grateful and thankful for. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, here it is, plated up. Got my beautiful Cornish game hen, green beans, bacon, and onions, stuffing and dressing, and some gravy on top of my meat. Okay, I'll go in first for this Cornish game hen with some gravy on it. And as always, I finish my plate off with fresh cracked pink Himalayan salt and fresh cracked rainbow peppercorns. Look at that. Oh my, that is melt in your mouth delicious. Okay, I gotta go in for this wing. I gotta have some of that skin. Beautiful golden brown skin, tender, moist, absolutely finger licking good. I'm gonna go in for some acorn squash. Look at that, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you like my video, please give me a like. Now we're going in for the good old southern green beans. And always my very favorite thing is the stuffing. Not dressing, stuffing. Okay, everybody. I am so excited to have been able to show you how to make a beautiful, delicious, wonderful Thanksgiving meal for two. Simple, easy, not too expensive, and absolutely a great way to celebrate, give thanks, and be grateful for the blessings in our life each and every day. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go sit down. I am going to enjoy my meal, and we will see you in the next video. We have our baked acorn squash, country-style green beans with bacon and onions, some gravy, some stuffing. No, actually that's the dressing. And then my beautiful plate. A Cornish game hen. Okay, everybody, thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening. Have a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Brightest blessings.